Here is part 2B of my Playbill collection for shows that I've seen. I forgot to mention for Great Comet, because rambling on too long, that's what I do. This came with it, the waitress flyer, double-sided, and I keep that with that because it just, for memory's sake and, like, not continuity, but just because it came with my playbill. So I like to keep all those together. Next up is a MoMA thing. The Museum of Modern Art was throwing free concerts featuring various different talented people who play instruments. So you have the day we saw it was Juilliard concert, and that's it. Right. Third and last time I saw Groundhog Day, I believe I finally got everybody, including John Sanders, autographed because the first and the second time he didn't stage door. I think the only signature I'm ever missing with all of these put together is Gerard Canonical. From the second time that I saw, or the third time, sorry, that I saw Groundhog Day, everyone was giving it their 200% just because I saw it the week before it ended. I saw it September 10th. And it ended September 17th. I wish I got to see the very last show, but I wasn't able to, so I was dog sitting, so, have to adult a little bit and make money to see more shows. Here is Waitress with Betsy Wolfe. I found the show to be okay. Not my thing, even though it was, written or composed by Sarah Bareilles. My favorite character in this show was played by Christopher Fitzgerald, and he plays Ogie. And this guy is insane. Like, I love how insane he is as Ogie. Just comical, like, every time. There wasn't enough Ogie, honestly, on stage. Like Ogie, and I love Dawn, too. Best stage, another good stage dooring. Like, this was, I think, the second best. Just everybody was friendly. There was people who've seen this musical alone, like 20, 30 times, not even kidding. And they were letting, like, oh, if they found out you were first time there, they're like, oh, no, we insist that you go in front and take pictures with people. I'm not really a picture person, so that wasn't my thing. I just wanted to get the autographs. I got Betsy's, and I got, like, Christopher's, and I got, like, I think every single main person signed it. Like, there wasn't anybody missing. And also, the little girl who played her name is Victoria, played Lulu, the daughter. Sorry, spoiler alert, but whatever. She even said it was so cute. Totally awesome stage dooring. So you don't have to worry about people screaming or anything. Almost like all the veterans for this musical are totally nice. They are willing and they insist, and I thank you for that. And I do have a flyer for it. I believe it's double-sided. I'm dropping things. That's okay. Happens. And here's a ticket when my friend got it for me. And here's the inside. Here's the back, of course. Multi-language. They tend to do that. And the little mini flyers for when I went to New York Theater Workshop, I went to see Ghost Quartet, the other thing written by Dave Malloy. I honestly like Ghost Quartet a lot better than Great Comet. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. And I'm not being biased because one of the persons is named Rose. It's just fun. Very interactive. Like, it has Gelsey Bell, Dave, of course, Britt Ashford, and Brent Arnold. And just that's what the inside. It also shows, like, the songs that came with it. Very fun. This also came with it. It's just, like, up-and-coming shows at the time. I just love interactive shows. Like, I got handed, like, a shaker thing, and then I got to play, like, a xylophone thingy, or maybe there's a different name. I don't know. I'm not a musician, obviously. So I got to see this one for free. It was called Mecha Tales, and it was at the Sheen Center, the Black Box Theater. And I got to see this one for free through ShowScore when they occasionally give out free tickets. And it was very interesting. I like the story about, the bus broke down near Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Just 5 women just not complaining about their lives, but going through life and, trials and tribulations and just, getting to know more. It was like it's a very community show, and I like that. This guy, man, that guy was awesome. He did, like, so many accents. He did, like, a British accent, then he did, like, an American accent, and then he did some other accent, and he was so good. Like, English accent. And, his English accent was really good. Like, I was impressed. Here is Illyria when I got to see that through the public theater. I saw this because I wanted to learn more about the public theaters, like the beginnings of, but I also saw this because of John Sanders. I did get only one signature for it, and it was like the girl, the really young girl. I can't. Oh my god, telling you memory. She did sign it. It was awesome, but nobody else. It was also the first day of previews because I got to see this for free through the public theater lottery, in-person lottery. So of course it was first night. So they're doing like workshopping and going over notes and stuff. So that's cool. At least one. If I can't get signatures, I'm not gonna cry over it. Band's visit. Saw that because Tony Shalhoub's in it and a bunch of cool people. Katrina Link is in it. I got everybody's signature except for Katrina. She was the only one that didn't stage door. John Cariani stage door. Tony Shalhoub, a few other, also Ariel, Statchel. And I tell you what, that guy, Ariel, he is the best singer on that show. I wish he had more than one song, and his song was pretty short. And I'm like, oh, what a waste. Personally, I know everybody and their mom loves this musical, and probably it will win like best musical for Tonys or something. But it wasn't my favorite. Like, it's just slow, and I know me where I like fast-paced stuff. But that's just me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's okay. But I think I'm like the only one that thinks that. Here is Butterfly when I saw it, and I saw it on opening night. I saw this for Clive Owen, but also the guy, his name is Jin Han. He was the standout. He was so fantastic. Just how he blended in like masculinity and femininity in that character. Oh my god, fantastic. Honestly, I hope he gets nominated. He was so good. And this unfortunately closed early, despite the themes within this show that kind of relates for today. I thought it was good. It was one of my most favorite plays that I saw. Just excellent. I love Clive. The only reason this isn't signed at all is because I didn't have time to stage door at all, because stage dooring sometimes takes like an hour or more, and I had to catch the train, and I can't be late home. I live kind of a little bit far. Here is just a flyer, but it's still cool to have, and it's signed by both Jenna and Vishal when they did their little concert at Joe's Pub at the Public Theater. And it was totally fun, and they had like special guests on this, and because it took place the day before Halloween, they did like a Halloween song. Jenna performed with one of her bandmates, and that was cool. They did I've seen them before and I wish I had a program for it because it was so fun. It was like when all the other people from Groundhog Day threw together a concert at like, I think it's called the W, and that was so much fun. I wish there was like a playbill or like a program or just a little like flyer thing for it. Maybe there was and I missed it, but I didn't see anything, and I would have totally included that. But anyway, SpongeBob. I love this musical. So much fun. I highly recommend. Ignore all the naysayers like, oh no, it's mainstream, blah blah blah, like sound like freaking hipsters. Love this musical. I hope Ethan gets nominated for SpongeBob. He was just so good. Like, this dude is hanging off ladders and whatnot, and just belting and he's hanging upside down, by the way, like when he's doing these like ladder stunts. And I love Lily Cooper. I got to meet her at BroadwayCon. I got this signed by everyone, and I also saw this because Gavin Lee's in this, and I love Gavin, and he has the best number. He has the I'm Not a Loser, like that's just the showstopper. But everyone else is excellent. Danny's excellent, Wesley's excellent, just Brian's excellent, and I can't say enough. I only saw it during the first night of previews. I really want to see it again to see all the changes. I've read about all the changes, but I want to see it in person. I do have flyers for this one. I have the previews flyers, which I finally found at the Port Authority, and it's double-sided, or not double-sided, it's bifold. And I have the little mini flyer for the preview night. That's pretty nice, and it has like all the same info from the big one. And then I have, while the show is not in previews anymore, and here's Ethan Slater. Honestly, he should be called Ethan Slayer because he slays the entire show. And then here's Gavin as Squidward. And then here's everybody else. There's Lily, there's Danny, and then Ethan again. And this is just in there. I want to get this signed by the crew because it's funny. It wasn't like from the show or where you can buy from the show. It's from when the post office was giving away free postcards. I don't know why. It was like some weird, wacky day that they were doing this. But I do want to get that eventually signed by them. Here is Desperate Measures. I saw this at the York Theater Company. And the theater company where, it's held in the basement of a church, which is kind of weird. But it was a fun musical. Now, personally, I don't like Shakespeare, so I know I'm probably gonna get like thumbs down for that. But I've never liked Shakespeare, not even through school. I don't read them. It's confusing. But I like that this satirized Shakespeare. I love satire, and this is so much fun. This girl, she was a understudy for Bella Rose, the character Bella Rose. Her name is Celia Hottenstein, and she reminded me of Vicki Lawrence, like just the way she can contort face, just perfect comedic timing, everything, and that's important for characters like that. Next up is Double Standards. This was a fun show. It had like all these awesome female performers in it. You have Orphe, you have Judy Kuhn, you have Anna Gasteyer, who's one of my favorite SNL players. You know, you have Danae, you have Ingrid, you have Sarah Bareilles. You have Leslie Margarita, and I got this signed by almost a lot of people. The only ones who didn't come out was of course Rosie O'Donnell, Sarah Bareilles. I think everyone else came out for this show. Maybe one or two others did not, but nothing you can do about that. Cruel Intentions it didn't come with like a program, but at least they gave this, and they did have a flyer for it. It was a very campy show, exactly like the movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Almost word for word, except for a few changes in some of the added songs that they put in there. The mom from Home Improvement was in this, and she did No Scrubs, and me and my friends were practically falling out of our seats, laughing and dying, because it was just so out there and just hilarious. Like, she was adorable. All of them were good. It was a good fun time. If you like camp, that was the show to go to. BroadwayCon 2018 Playbill. This isn't signed at all because the things that did get signed are the flyers that I showed before with the Charlie Brown one signed by Anthony Rapp. This was a fun con. I'm usually more the San Diego Comic Con person. That I go every year, and I've been to New York Comic Con, which is held in the same venue, which is Javits. I liked it. It was small, it was intimate. You could get in and out of the panels easily. I don't think people realize how lucky they are with how easy you can get into a panels, because when you go to San Diego Comic Con, you will wait. If you're going to Hall H, you will wait 18 hours. I done that and didn't get into a panel. Oops. But then another time I waited like 10 hours because I grouped with other people. You'll be waiting like hours. This one, no. You walk in and out, just friendly. You could actually meet people in person. Like, I know James Englehart Monroe was doing a thing, and he was like greeting. He actually stayed like after that one panel was done, and he greeted I was just sitting there because I made the mistake of thinking another panel was happening after, but I did get to see some fun things. These aren't really like theater stuff, but it's pretty cool to have anyway. And it features the Bardavon, which is located in Poughkeepsie, New York. One was, even though they're using the same like front, one was for the Kingston UPAC, the Performance Center in Kingston, and when I saw Lewis Black, and the other one was for Weird Al. But it's just cool to have because it does feature a local theater that is near me. So I figured I can include that in there. And that concludes part 2.